Well, you guys haven't seen an update from me in a while, and that is because I am now working full time. I'm actually working roughly about 45 to 50 hours a week, and by the time I'm coming home, I'm not feeling like doing a whole lot of wrench turning. So, with that being said, not much has happened around the house lately. A couple days ago, I finally started assembling the orange Hydro clone tractor. This is not a real orange Hydro, but it's been a slow process in finding the motivation to actually get going on it. And now that I'm actually seeing the frame looking like this, I'm looking at it going, yeah, I might be able to make this done for portage. I was kind of doubtful looking at just a bare frame, and frankly I still have a lot of other parts that still need to be painted. All the white parts have not been painted yet. I have not decided on which HH120 is going to go in the tractor yet, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. If it has to be this way, then I'll throw any old HH120 in the tractor and call it a day. But I have one out of another orange Hydro that I took apart. It was a good solid engine that lost spark, and the whole tractor had been repainted like brush painted Alice Chalmers orange. So I'm thinking I might just take that engine and spray paint it, because I really don't want to spray paint a nice original paint orange engine that I have, because orange engines don't seem to be that easy to find, at least around here. So my inclination is to swap the ignition components out on it and spray paint that engine, put that engine on this tractor for the time being. Who knows, it might be the one that permanently lives on this tractor. We will see. But we're making slow progress. I am using all new hardware. I usually do. Yes, I know the 2 carriage bolts are not new, but I don't have any carriage bolts laying around the house, and I threw those in there loosely just to get the frame alignment right, so that way the clutch hole and all that lines up. And then I did realize that I did miss a little bit on these back sides here, but the dashboard covers all that, so you're not even really going to notice it at all. So I'm not too worried about it. I probably will try and touch it up. It'd be easy enough to do if I just spray at it from like the back side like this, because then it won't get paint on the bolts. As far as I'm concerned, this is not coming back apart. I'm actually gonna get the rear end out today and get that bolted to the hitch plate and get that put in the tractor, so at least the tractor's a roller, and I will get the front axle put in it if it's dry. If not, I may just cram another front axle underneath for the time being, just so I have a tractor that rolls on 4 wheels. But other than that, there's not a whole ton new around here. I do have a number of new tractors you guys have not even seen on the channel yet, like this 72 Custom 10E, which is one that I've been working on lately. I got it from a friend in Ohio, and he took the fenders off of it for his 69 Suburban 12 diesel, and I had him buy the remainder of the tractor from the small engine shop he worked at, because they were going to part it out and scrap it. And I caught him quick enough that the only thing that was missing was the rear fenders. So I painted a set of 66 Suburban fenders, which they don't fit right, but whatever. They're flat fenders like it's supposed to have, and still has the original engine in it. Well, it's back in it now. I just need to put a dry belt on it and get the carb dialed, and then this thing's pretty much done and ready to go. I have probably the second rarest and or possibly the most rarest Ingersoll that I own here at home, because it has an electrical issue that I have yet to figure out and haven't messed with it yet. This came from Ohio as well. It actually came back on the same trip that 10E came with, and I didn't go out there. My friend Joe brought it back on his 40-foot flatbed trailer. And this tractor is like one of 5 that's known to exist. So Ingersoll made a 3000 series tractor. They had a 3010, a 3012, a 3014, 3016, 3018, and a 3020. However, the 3020 is like the real high-end top of the line tractor, and their production is very sporadic when you look at the serial numbers on the Case Ingersoll serial number sheet. And like I said, this is like one of only a handful that are known to exist. And I got extremely lucky when I found this tractor. As you guys know, I really don't get into numbers as far as what I've paid for tractors in the past. And some tractors I paid dearly for, like the 69 Blue Hydro. I paid a lot of money for that. Actually, I paid more than it was worth. This thing I paid far less than it was worth. But the guy that had it didn't really know what he had per se. All he knew is that it must have been an oddball tractor because he couldn't find hardly any information on it. You will not find any pictures on Google. This is probably going to be the first time that this tractor will be out on the public internet. So I guess that's kind of neat in a way. But I did get the, it's only a 44-inch deck, which whatever. Probably end up selling the deck because I have several Ingersoll right-hand discharge decks. But this does have an optional rear hydraulic PTO with the case drain port, and it does have the mount on the back for the hydro bagger, and I actually do have the complete hydro bagger assembly. It's still out at Joe's, but this one has an issue where it'll pop the 30 amp fuse after cranking and running for like 10-15 seconds or so. So I'm gonna start playing around with that here shortly. I did pick up some more push mowers from a closed up small engine shop. Another Toro Whirlwind. This is actually my handle. I borrowed it off another mower because it was missing a handle. It's pretty darn complete. Kind of neat looking mower. And then I got these two Sears mowers. I got this red one, which, I mean, all of them were real dirty. They were inside of a garage for decades probably. And I cleaned them up. The Sears mower's missing a lot of parts. It looked like it was taken apart to have the valves taken out of it. So it's missing like the head and the intake, the carb, the valves, the breather assembly. I mean, the engine's missing a lot of parts, but the cylinder looks great on it. So I'm planning on going back to see if I can find some more of the remaining parts for it. And then this thing is really nice. It's a 1968 Sears push mower, and it is the same Jade Mist blue as the tractors. So if you're coming up to Portage this year, you're going to see this push mower, at least this one. I might bring another one, we'll see. But I'm at least going to bring this one up there. This one I have all the parts for. It even had a little bag of hardware, so I can put it all back together. It just needs the ignition system fixed on it. It needs the points cleaned and or replaced, and a new muffler. And this thing should be a runner. But that's really all the new stuff here around the house. Like I said, I've got more tractors that are out at the farm that you guys haven't seen yet. And I actually have one buried in the garage right now you guys haven't seen, but no point in showcasing that until I get the engine done for it. So with that being said, here's your long lost update as to what's going on, and I guess what you guys can kind of expect for a while at least, until I start getting in the swing of things and get used to working 45 hours a week. But anyhow, that being said, enough of this, and I'll catch you guys later.